Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to do a message from the ancestors, a message from the divine ancestors of love and light. Um, if y'all hear my dog barking in the background, he is crying right now because he wants to go outside with my babies, and he's not going today. Okay, I got to get him another leash, and because he keeps sliding, he slips right out of it. And then he goes running all around the neighborhood and this other, in the street and all that other stuff. And I'm not chasing no dog. I don't have time to be chasing no damn dog. So you may hear him crying in the background because he's in the basement and he's very upset about that. So let's jump into it, y'all. Ancestor money. If you have not ordered your ancestor money, you need this as part of your spiritual toolkit. You need this in order to share in the currency and sharing the wealth with your ancestors that are constantly doing great things for you, and to arm them with the tools that they need to ensure that you have everything that you need. Malcolm X money, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, because y'all have corrected me and I appreciate y'all for that. Martin Luther King and Madam C.J. Walker. Order your ancestor money. 88 notes per package, $18.88 per package, okay? So now, let's jump into it, y'all. We're going to start off with my Declare and Decree deck. If you want to order this deck, of course, you can always email me or any of my other services. Check the description box or the comments for my email. Now, all fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy and spirit and in flesh. You want to write this on paper and burn it. All fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy and spirit and in flesh. So whether you fear living your best life, fearing that things won't last, maybe holding yourself back from really doing those things that your heart is guiding you to do. Or it could be a fear of literally exiting early, transitioning early. I know I had that fear for a number of years. This was a long time ago, but now since I've been awakened, I'm like, I embrace that part of our journey. You see what I'm saying? But let's just see. What message does your divine ancestors have for you at this time? What is the message? Wow. So this says, we heard your request and we are working on it. We heard your request and we are working on it. So if y'all have been asking them, hey, I need y'all to help me with this. I need y'all to give me clarity about this. I need y'all to clear the pathway concerning this. They heard you and they are working on it. So they're telling you, be patient. We heard you. We are always listening is what I'm getting here. Nothing goes past them. It's just certain things have to be rearranged. I'm going to clarify that. And then we're going to get another message from them. We heard you and we are working on it. So let's see. Justice. For some of you, it's dealing with legal situations. So if you've been asking them to guide you and to make sure that things work out in a fair manner for you, whether it's legal documentation or something dealing with courts or paperwork, something, or it could just be you wanting some justice concerning something that you've gone through. You want the scales balanced. You want the truth. You see what I'm saying? They are most certainly working on gathering that for you. Okay. If you called on the spiritual courts, right? If you called on the highest judges, to come in and to right something that's wrong, they heard you. They're working on it. Okay. Let me get one more. We heard you and we are working on it. Two of Wands. So there's planning. They see you. Okay. This will be like the ancestors' energy. They see you. They know that you have certain visions, certain things that you want to explore and embark on. They know this. So they're watching from behind the scenes like, okay, are they getting a message? Let me just see what are they doing? So they're watching you and they know that you have plans. They know that you want to get closer to your vision. You might have plans of travel in some cases. Let me see. I'm going to take one more. 10 of Wands. But whatever this is, they know that it's very burdensome for you, right? And so they see that you're needing some sort of clarity, some sort of advice on how to maneuver or how to release certain responsibilities so that you're freed up enough to embark on other responsibilities, right? So they know that maybe you feel like things are stagnant because you have so much weighing you down, so much on your shoulders. And so they're working on clearing some things out of the way so that you can have a clear pathway to pursue whatever it is that you have been asking for assistance with, okay? Now let's get another message. Let's get another message. What do the divine ancestors want you to know? What does the divine ancestors want you to know? So I have here, we need you to lay low and leave the building. We are shaking some shit up. We need you to lay low and clear the building. We are shaking some shit up. Now, like I was saying, they know that certain things need to be cleared out of your pathway, but this could be far bigger than what you understand. You see what I'm saying? The amount of effort that they have to put in order for you to have that breakthrough, it may require for some chaotic energy to happen before you see your way forward. But when they say lay low, let me see, because they might be telling you to withdraw your energy from somebody or to get out of the way. I feel like that's what they're saying. Just get out of the way. So if you notice that there are certain things unfolding for somebody, don't try to jump in. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to help them. In other words, let the tower fall. If there's a relationship that's holding you back, this is just an example. If there's a relationship that's holding you back from receiving what is justfully and rightfully yours, right? And you've been asking your spiritual team, well, what do I need to do? How do I need to maneuver in order to get to this next level, this next step, this next thing that I've been hoping for? They're like, look, as long as you keep your hands off of this, get out of the way, because we're getting ready to rumble some things and it's going to get a little bit chaotic. But as long as you lay low, tuck and roll, but don't run towards the scene. Stay low. Don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to prevent it. Get out of the way. Let me just get a card for this, because I'm feeling tower energy right here. They are working on it. That's why they said, we heard you and we're working on it, but it's not just a simple fix. There's multiple components to this thing, okay? So I have the 9 of Swords, okay? It could cause a certain level of stress. And this is why they want you to lay low, because they don't want this to hurt you. You see what I'm saying? Literally lay low. This person is laying down. It's like, this could be painful. Let me see. The Page of Swords in a reverse. It may not be the best news. You see what I'm saying? But this is for your highest good. See, so that you can get to this opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. They're trying to get it to you. But there is some things that has to happen before they can get you this opportunity that you want. So this says, the lightning will strike. We are telling you unexpected events are coming. The lightning will strike. We are telling you unexpected events are coming. This is a direct sign. If you start seeing lightning, that is their message to you that unexpected things are getting ready to happen. Now, this message is way bigger. It's way, way, way bigger than a personal situation. I feel it. I feel it. This feels like, if we're talking about on a global scale, because we have been coming together as the chosen seed and we've been calling on judgment over the powers that were. I'm going to speak on it from both angles. So this is, if I'm looking at it from both perspectives, on a global scale, we're talking about the powers that were. The ancestors are shaking shit up. They're shaking things up to bring swift destruction upon the heads of the powers that were. And they need you to lay low. When we start to see the lightning striking, and I'm hearing even with the thunder roaring, that is them letting us know that it's getting ready to go down. Major events are getting ready to take place, and they want us out of the way. Don't be out there trying to protest. Don't be out there trying to be on the front line, XYZ. Get out of the way. That's what they're saying. Now, back to a personal level, there's certain things, certain changes that's going to happen around you with people, and they want you to lay low. Don't try to hold on. So let me see. Pay attention to the skies right now. That's what they're saying. This says that blockage was spiritual, and it's a lot to clean up. Be patient. That's what I just said. The pathway, the blockage was a spiritual one, and it's a lot. So on a global level, we're talking about generations of this low vibrational toxic energy that's been accumulating over time in order to keep corrupt beings in a position of power. So they're having to clear out mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial, all types of blockages, generational. They're having to clear that out. The illusions, the conditioning, the fears, the blockage is massive. Now, as far as what you're asking for on a personal level, it was a lot of layers to it that has prevented you from getting to that very thing that you've been hoping for. 1111 is on my timer. So they're saying they want you to also look out for 1111 because that's them letting you know, be patient. We're working on it. We're getting there. But you got to let us start from the foundation first. 1111, all of those ones adds up to a 4 that deals with security and foundation. The 11 itself, of course, the number 1 is the new beginning, but then the 2s, 11 breaks down to a 2, which is like, look, we got to balance some things out first. We got to get some things in alignment first. So it was a spiritual blockage, and it's a lot to clean up. So they're letting you know that they are working on it. They are not neglecting your desires. In other words, you don't have to keep asking. They got you on this one. They have us on this one, okay? Because this is big. This is big. Now I have here, we are always watching over you. We never leave you alone, okay? So you don't have anything to be afraid of. They're always here. And look at this. That's why I was telling you before. They're watching. This will be a depiction of the ancestors right here, watching you explore and grow. They see you. They are never somewhere just, fumbling the ball, twiddling their thumbs. No, they're always watching you. They never leave you alone. Even when you don't know that they're there, they're always there, okay? So this says here, you receive that gift from your father or grandfather. So there's a gift that some of you have out there, and you received it from the paternal side of your family. A father, a grandfather, great-grandfather. There's a gift that you have, and you received it from them. So if they have already crossed over, then they gifted you something. They wanted to give you something, okay? And your ancestors are telling you that that's who you received it from. So I don't know what that gift is. You would know. So then you have here, no one will lay a finger on you or your children. We are protecting you. Hello. Your ancestors do not play about you. They said not one person. Matter of fact, let me go back. I want to clarify this gift. But they said not one person will lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Okay? So for some of y'all, they call you Butterfinger. They said nobody will lay a finger on my Butterfinger. You are safe and you are protected. And so are your children if you have them. So, and I'm also picking up, even if you don't have children, those things that you give birth to, those gifts, those creative ideas, those innovative ideas are also protected, okay? So let me see. I want to clarify this gift where it says you received that gift from your father or grandfather. So this says goals. Don't let the world lead you. Take the steering wheel of your life. This could be a good time to write down your goals and aspirations. Focus on creating and managing a budget. So it's like they gave you the gift of being able to bring ideas into fruition, being able to tap into the business side of things, to be able to take the initiative to do things, okay? That's a big gift. Some people will take that type of gift for granted, and they're thinking, no, I need something more tangible. Let me get that 1 million, But that's just to be able to take advantage and to take action, take the initiative to get things done is a big deal, because that's how you get to the 1 million, 2 million, 3 million and more. That's how you get things done. So you have received a gift that allows you to take control of your life. Let me see what else this gift is that you receive from. So that makes sense to receive that type of gift from the paternal side, mainly because the masculine energy is usually more practical and logical anyway. Look, so this says planner. Your grandfather or your father, whoever it is on the male side of your lineage, well, it doesn't have to be on the male side. It could be your mother's father. But whoever this masculine energy is, they're teaching you how to plan, how to get things organized, okay? This says pay attention to detail and create a plan to grow your business or your personal finances. It's a great time to take financial inventory and see what needs changing. So this is a gift that you receive from the masculine. Let me take one more. Just pull a random. So see, this says fear. See, they knew that you was holding back due to fear. And so they gave you that push that you needed in order to get to the next level. So this says overcome your fear of success or failure. Don't sabotage your own success. So they knew that you had fears. If you ask them to help you so that you're able to manage your business more, or to take your business to the next level, or to step your game up when it comes to saving, or, delegating tasks, or just getting things done on the business side of things, that masculine figure in your lineage has given you that to step outside of your comfort zone to achieve the abundance that you really desire, okay, to get you back on track. So now the other card says no one will lay a finger on you, not even your children. They are protecting you. So let's see, what are the ancestors? Is there any additional messages they want to add to that one? This says the hangman. The hangman. So they know that there are particular individuals that wanted to sacrifice you. They know that. And they're saying, not on my watch. And they don't wear watches because time is an illusion where they are. Okay? That's why they're able to protect you 24 hours, 7 days a week. So they've been watching over you. That's interesting, because there's two blackbirds above this person. When you see blackbirds specifically, they're letting you know that you are safe and protected. That is your ancestors letting you know that yes, there's opposition, but we have a watchful eye on every last one of them, okay? I don't know if you all recall the movie Snow White, like the one, I think it was the first one. And in Snow White, the so-called queen, I spoke about this when so-called Queen Elizabeth died. I did a message about this, and it was very deep. But either way, she would send the raven out. She would send the raven out to go and keep a watchful eye on everyone that she was doing spell work on, or that she wanted to control. So that was just an example of how birds are messengers, because the birds will come back and give her messages about where Snow White was located, what she was doing, XYZ. Your spiritual team is telling you that it's on a different level, though. Obviously, they know, yes, there are people that have been doing spell work against you, beings that have wanted to bring harm to you, that wanted to sacrifice you. But they said very clearly, no one will lay a finger on you or your children. We are protecting you. That's it, and that's all. Okay? They are, look at that, the Empress. Now, this could likely be the matriarch here. It could be a mother figure where she's like, that's my babies. But this just said, no one will lay a finger on you or your children. So they love all of you. And you see she has a white bird above her head. So it's something about birds. If you see like one single white bird that flies by and it really catches your eye, that's them letting you know you are divinely protected. Okay, so the blackbirds is letting you know that yes, there is some opposition. We got you. The white bird is letting you know there's peace. You are protected. Be at peace. Be at rest, knowing that you're safe, you and your children. Okay, strong energy coming out there. So now let me see. What else do they want? What else do they want to say here? What else do they want to say? And I feel like, again, on a global scale, it's letting you know, yes, they're the powers that were wanted to sacrifice you. They don't want you to thrive. They don't want you to receive your inheritance because the empress or the emperor sits comfortably. You see how she has all of this land around her? This is your inheritance, that and more. Okay, a life of luxury and comfort is what you deserve. And they know that there's opposition that does not want to see you achieve that. And they will be willing to sacrifice you in order to prolong their power. But they're saying, don't worry about it. Because yes, things are getting ready to be shaken up. Some shit is about to go down. Lay low. Stay at peace. Don't be stressed or overthinking. Pay attention to the signs of the skies. The lightning strike, the thunder, okay, the birds. All of these things is letting you know. They're telling you directly. They want you to stay in alignment with stay focused on your vision, okay? They want you to stay focused on your vision, to plan, to get all of those practical things in alignment. I just heard get your ducks in a row. They want you to do that, okay? This says, we need you to make your needs known. We will not impede on your free will. We need you to make your needs known. We will not impede on your free will. So again, they're not going to just jump in and do anything. They will always protect you though. But in terms of like those day-to-day things that you need to get done, they're telling you, let us know. Talk to us so that we can know that you want us to step in on your behalf. Because otherwise, they're going to give you the free will to explore and to figure it out on your own, because that's how we grow. So you're not going to always go to your ancestors about everything. Not saying that you can't, because you can, but there's a certain level of freedom that you have. They're not going to impede on that freedom. So whatever you need, talk to them. Let me clarify that card. We will never impede on your free will. We need you to make your needs known. Ace of Wands in a reverse, yeah. So if you feel like you lack inspiration to do something, if you feel like your creativity is blocked, if you feel like you don't feel confident enough to do something, or something is stagnant, they're telling you, come to them. If you need that boost of energy, come to them. They're going to make sure that you get it. They're working together behind the scenes to make sure that you have everything that you need. In some instances, I'm hearing, if you feel a lack of inspiration to complete a project and you feel like the team that's around you is just not inspired enough, right? Or things are just not progressing the way that you anticipated it would progress, talk to them about the team that you need. Tell them exactly what you need. Write a petition and put it on your ancestor money. That's why I'm telling y'all, purchase this ancestor money. Because it's a currency. It's not money that you're sending them. You're sending them currency, which is energy, high vibrational energy that provides them the tools that they need, whatever that looks like in their realm, in order to satisfy the needs that you have here in the 3D. So put your petition on your ancestor money. They are working together. But if you need a better circle, a better support system to help you to bring this vision into fruition, if you need them to send in trustworthy people who are just as inspired as you, just as interested, just as enthusiastic, just as hardworking in order to bring this vision into fruition, tell them about it. And they're going to do just that. Okay? I'm going to take one more for that. The Lovers is in the reverse. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you feel like there's a lack of cohesiveness, a lack of compatibility in certain connections, and it's causing a lack of inspiration or zeal within you, they need you to talk to them. If you need somebody cleared up out of your pathway, tell them what you need. They got you. So let's just see. I'm going to take two more. This says, we sent you a message on a billboard. They sent you a message on a billboard. Okay. So what type of message did they send you? I saw the vision of a particular billboard that I always pass by, and it stands out to me a lot. And it says, The next move is yours. That's what it says on that billboard. Let me just see. What type of message did they send you on a billboard? So certain things will stand out to you. You see what I'm saying? And they're letting you know that that thing that caught your attention, where you was like, I wonder if that's a direct message from my spiritual team. They're letting you know, yes, it was, okay? So pay attention to the billboards, the ones that stands out to you the most, the one that just catches your attention. You know, of course, you ain't just going to be driving, looking all around, you know. The Three of Swords is here. Six of Pentacles is here. The Knight of Pentacles is here. Something about security. Balancing of the scales and regaining security in your life. It's almost like you've given despite being hurt by certain people. You've given and given and given. And it's almost like they're telling you that it's time for you to pour into yourself now. You've given enough. And it could have slowed you down because you were so giving to others. So y'all are going to have to discern what that billboard is, okay? Obviously, this message could be a future message for you all. But let me see. I'm going to take one more. This says, we heard what you said or did. Rectify that situation. We heard what you said or did. Rectify that situation. Did y'all say something or do something you ain't had no business doing? They feel like you need to make it right. Let me see. We heard what you said or did. Rectify that situation. Ten of Swords. Okay, that's some form of betrayal. They feel like you might have, either you said something very hurtful or you did something very hurtful and they want you to fix it. Because that's what the Ten of Swords is. It's some sort of pain. How can you rectify it then? How do they want you to rectify the situation? You might need to ask them, well, how can I rectify this? Because again, they're like, we're not going to impede on your free will. If you feel like you know how to fix that situation, then we're going to let you do it. But if you feel like you need some assistance in fixing that situation, then let us know so we can show you how you can fix it. The Four of Cups is here. So it's almost like sitting on an opportunity. Refusing to accept some form of an opportunity here. What is this? Four of Cups. The Fool is in a reverse. They're saying you need to go back and really think about something that you might have done impulsively and take a better look at it. Bring love into the situation with the Cups here. You heard what you said or did. Rectify the situation. The Tower. I felt a tower. I felt that. It could be that you brought some sort of destruction down to a situation, but you was too impulsive with it. So you're needing to go back and clean it up. I need a little bit more clarity about this because it doesn't sit well with me to just close out without fully understanding how they want you to rectify this. Something that you might have done impulsively, or you might have said something that was hurtful because you was dissatisfied with something. So consider, some of you are like, I ain't said a damn thing to nobody. What the heck is going on? It could have been something that you said within your own mind to yourself. You see what I'm saying? You could have spoken something destructive over your own life. in your mind. So that could be something where you need to rectify. You need to fix it because you put that energy out into the ethers and it needs to be cleaned up by you. Not saying that your spiritual team won't assist you. So it's going to be different for everybody. This says, don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. So you might have said something here about yourself, comparing yourself in a way where maybe you said something like, I don't even have what it takes to do that. I don't even know how to budget. I'm broke, right? I won't let that go into my Akashic records. Let's erase that. But maybe you said something like that. And they're like, we heard what you said. Like, you need to fix that. You need to reroute. You need to undo that, before it causes some form of damage. Do some damage control. So whether this was something that you spoke into your own life or that you put out there towards someone else, this says all the right things will come to you in the most unexpected ways. Okay, so the way to do the damage control is to get back into that mindset of realizing that there are infinite possibilities out here. There is no lack. When you look around, that's why being connected to nature is so vital on your spiritual journey, because being connected to nature reminds you that there's no lack of resources out here at all. Don't let the powers that were fool you into thinking that there's just a little bit of this or a little bit of that, or we got a budget for this. Please. This whole world is full of abundance and resources. In order to thrive, everybody can win. Real talk. Everybody can win because the earth is constantly giving birth to everything that we need and more. So your spiritual team, your ancestors are saying you said something, you put something out there into the universe, you spoke something over yourself, and they want you to go back and do some damage control and to remember that things will come to you all of the right things will come to you in the most unexpected ways. So don't compare your life to others. This is your journey. So even though other people might have had a certain background, or they might have a particular background, or they might have a certain network of people around them, or it's just something where I don't know if you spoke it in a way where you just felt like you couldn't do it, or you couldn't have it, or your situation was far more complicated. Something. Reroute that, erase that, remove that energy, clear it, and get back into that mindset of knowing that there's infinite possibilities out here. I want one more message because they're telling me to take one more, and I will. So this last one says, we chose you because we know you're capable. Hello. We chose you because we know you're capable. So that's the perfect way to close this out, because it's saying that you have compared yourself, or you were limiting yourself at one point, and they want you to get back into that mindset of knowing that there's so many different ways that this thing can play out. They're sending you everything that you need. They're making it happen, but it's going to take some things to get removed. It's somewhat complex here. So they want you to lay low, stay out of your own way, stay out of their way, so they can make this happen. I'm going to take one message from my book before I close out, because the number 10 has stood out for me. Well, actually, the number 11. I'm going to go with 11. Message 11. You can order this book from me, Guided Light, if you want it. This is full of channeled messages meant to be read. Once you open it, you just read whatever you turn to. But this message is pointing to the number 11 for me. So I'm going to read message 11. Final message. It says, being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. This could be a period where romantic relationships aren't in sync with your life. If you've been hoping for a sign that someone from your past shouldn't return, now is the time to recognize the red flags. You may have sensed that things weren't progressing positively. Don't let this time of solitude overwhelm you or lead you to seek out unbalanced relationships or unhealthy distractions. Instead, focus on building your confidence. Acknowledge your feelings while welcoming change. As your perspective shifts, new opportunities will present themselves, but only when you're ready to embrace them. Okay? That's my message for you all. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you all know what that billboard message is on your personal situation, leave a comment below. If you've been seeing the lightning, leave a comment below. Anything that stood out in this message to you where you feel like you can add to it, I would definitely love to hear from you. I'll talk to y'all next time.